Everyone, and welcome back to the Fight Me Bro betting show. This week we're breaking down for you the bets we like the most for UFC Fight Night. Bilal Muhammad versus Leon Edwards. Took me a little second to remember his name, no pun intended. It's been forever since he's fought. That's why.
Yeah, all of 17 days.
I don't know if there was someone said something. I think it was I can't remember who said it, but they said Leon Edwards has fought more recent than Chuck Liddell, and I'm like,
Other way
wait,
around. Superfan tweeted that.
yeah, but is it? It's a troll, right?
Yeah, but the fact that you have to think about if it is says about enough. Like
Exactly.
the statement is made.
That's what I kind of thought. So it's we're gonna figure out, but outside of the main event, like I do care to see that a lot because of Bilal Muhammad putting his nuts on the table, saying like, "Oh, I'll fight like the number one contender," like just on a few weeks' notice. So interesting fight there. Outside of that, there's a lot of
Trash.
trash, some interesting names, but the interesting names aren't really fighting interesting names. And so it I don't know. We were just saying if this wasn't the Saturday before St. Patrick's Day where everyone's going to be going around just spitting in each other's mouths, spreading coronavirus, like people would care. But this is going to be I'm drunk in the bar and then I'm like, holy shit, fucking Bilal's winning right now and comes out of nowhere. So if anything happens on the undercard, like it's going to get missed by most UFC fans probably.
Yeah, I don't want to speak this into existence. I mean, this is mostly for everyone north of the Mason-Dixon line, but like how ironically funny would it be if after St. Patrick's Day there was just this huge spike in like we're right back to where we were last
Oh,
March.
yeah, at St. Patrick's Day where it all comes full
Yeah,
circle where it's like, yeah, no.
right. It just time is a flat circle, and just
Yep, we learned nothing
we're
in a full year. We learned nothing. I find myself in the exact same spot in the exact same bar. But
yep.
you know what? I don't give a fuck. My parents got vaccinated, so those are the only two people care, and so I'm good to go. So yeah, other than that, we got to get to some bettings. We've been keeping track right now since we've been keeping track. I am down 6 units. Had some bad luck on the Amanda Nunez over. Stupid bet there. Um, as well as some other bet, the Dober bet, and some other ones. So not good. So I'm digging myself out of a hole a little bit. I got 4 bets that I like. Nick's got a couple,
Jesus.
but at least he's in the positive. So we'll see
We're
which
in the
way I go
black.
after this one. This has me.
Poor winning percentage, but we're in the black.
Yeah, well, that's all that really matters. So I guess we'll get started. First up, I was just asking you about this fight if it's still on the card because I haven't heard anyone talking about it. Angela Hill. I'm going by decision minus 175. That's a pretty steep by decision, but like that's just what's gonna happen. Like I think the over 2.5 rounds is like minus 475.
Yeah.
It's absurd. And Ashley Yoder, she's not very good at fighting, but she just doesn't get finished. She just goes in there, battles it out, and I think she's gonna take an ass beating. But it's just gonna be. I think when I took this before, like a few weeks ago, I was like, shit, maybe I should have took it inside the distance because she's trying to make a point. But when I came back to look at it again, I'm just like, dude, it's just good. Don't get cute with it. It's gonna be by decision, minus 175.
Full disclosure, that's not on my card at all because, yeah, I'm not going to pick Steele and throw the minus 175 for decision on there, and I didn't see that, so bad on me. 2, the 360, way too steep because, dude, you say that, but I will say this: as much as it's been wholesomely aggravating, there is a pattern with Angie Hill getting taken down
Yeah.
and losing a late round than a close round. Now, I don't think that Ashley Yoder has necessarily the skills to give her the kind of how do you score that a Michelle Watterson or somebody else did, and become problematic. And Angie Hill's my girl. Like I normally bet on her every time I see her because she's almost always got really good odds to bet on, but not this time. I don't have her on the card because 360 is so steep,
It's
and I don't know why. I unfortunately just feel it in my plums. Like I don't need the stress of going into a third round thinking if
Holy
Ashley
shit!
Yoder
How did we
falls,
get here? Like, how the
yeah,
fuck
like
did we
I
actually get to
really think she's gonna win. She,
Yeah.
like you said, she is better, but there's a weird world in which I just don't need the stress of thinking, what if Ashley Yoder hits a takedown on a tired Angie Hill here?
There's
And
two and a
then,
half minutes left. The round is up for grabs, and you're just
yeah,
like,
I don't need
I
that
don't
in my
like the
life.
feeling, and then it just goes down, and it's too little, too late. Maybe Hill gets up with 15 seconds left to go, and it's just like, fuck.
Yeah,
That's
I
why,
don't know. I did leave
or
that
it's
one
gonna
off.
be it's gonna be just a cruise decision. So I'm willing to risk less for mine, but I wouldn't say anywhere near the 360 because that has like I'm going to kill myself at the bar. Like that has like I'm a little drunk off of St. Patty's Day beers. Fuck it, Angie Hill's gonna win, and I just put a quick 50 on it. Then it's like, well, there goes
Yeah,
fucking.
we should bookmark this conversation because even though you're saying you're not gonna do it,
That's
this is
what's gonna
something that,
happen. I'm
yeah,
putting
it's
50
just
on
something
Angie
that
Hill right
will
now.
happen.
I'm sure gonna text you right, and then it's gonna be like,
Eh,
I'm gonna be ready to shoot myself at the bar and be like, "How much did you win?" I'm like, $50. It's like, why were you so nervous? I'm like, because you don't understand that shit. That
Yeah,
was the hardest
that
earned
was a
dollar.
$200 loss if
Yeah,
that very, very closely contended fight would have went the other way.
yeah.
Yeah, so I don't need that stress. The stress I do need, I also, even with the lot, I only have one unit plays this week. I didn't need, because again, I really hate this card gambling wise. Didn't find a lot of great lines, but one that I did find, and you'll laugh that I think that this is a decent line to bet on, but one that I thought was kind of funny is Darren Stewart minus 175. I'm gonna take your guy, the dentist,
Fuck
for
dentist.
a unit
What?
over Dude, Eric Anders is just. I
He's,
don't know how much longer we're gonna try to force this as being a thing. And seems like a good dude. Don't get me wrong.
and I don't know if you heard, played football at Alabama.
Yeah. Oh, does he? Did he really know? He's got that professional.
No.
Yeah, I don't think that Dana White's told us that 72 times.
Yeah.
They. Uh, uh, um. I'm looking at Eric Anders. So his 2 wins in the last 4-ish years, 3-ish years, are come against Vinicius Morea, and he knocked that guy out. That guy also got knocked out by 4 other people in a row. So that not great. And Gerald Mearshart, which he won a split decision over Gerald Mearshart. He then lost to now. It's not like he's lost to nobodies. Lost to Thiago Santos and Christoph Jocko, but then he's also got 2 losses to Elias Theodoro and Khalil Roundtree in there.
The Roundtree one was bad. That
The
was
Roundtree one, he got his ass beat, and Roundtree actually looked ridiculously good in that fight. So I'm not even taking anything away from him. But it's just you lost to Greek blanket Elias Theodoro, and dude, he just hasn't. I mean, I don't. I look at Eric Andre's record. I don't see a single. I
quality.
mean,
Like
Brendan Allen maybe in
well, the
LFA
thing is,
and
he's tough. He's tough, and he's at least gotten a couple wins. And I'm telling you, he's gotten so far in being like, oh, that's Eric Anders. He played foot. He used to
no,
play
no, no,
football
no.
at
That's your boy Eric
boy
Anders.
Eric Anders.
That
Holy shit! Cut that. Cut
but
that. Your boy Eric Anders. We need to let it be known.
yeah, but at a minimum, and
I think
Darren Stewart
people.
ain't no world beater either.
No, no,
Darren
he's not.
Darren Stewart has
He's not.
lost to some motherfuckers, but
He
like,
also
dude,
fucked me on Deron Win too, but
that's what I'm saying. He's at least I'm like I know I'm doing a lot of MMA math here, but he's at least beaten Deron Win. Went to a split decision with Shabazian, and he split decision with Kevin Holland. Like he's at least fighting guys pretty close, which Eric Anders is not.
he
Like
mostly gets his ass
he's
kicked.
he
He might
mostly
be.
gets the shit kicked out of him.
He was brought in to be like Greg Hardy, be like, oh, let's see what like an athlete does. But like that's just totally flipping the script. And he was so bad that people kind of like that he's in the UFC just so everyone could be like, when they're at the Buffalo Wild Wings with their friends that don't know shit, he's like, that guy played Alabama football. Oh, the other guy, that's Muay Thai. See, it doesn't matter how like good of a prospect. So like, got the UFC wants him in the UFC so we can like puff our chest at the NCAA and be like, you guys aren't so tough. And so Eric
Yeah.
Anders has 6 more fights on his contracts, especially if they're all losses.
Yeah, it's crazy. And the other thing is he just never Like he's one of those people. Like we talk about this with jiu-jitsu all the time, and I know what Eric Anders is trying to do. He's trying to throw a gigantic right hand and knock people out. But let's let my metaphor air out a little bit real quick. I don't know what he's ever trying to do other than that. Like I really don't. When he's fighting on the feet, he's there. He's doing kind of athletic shit and he's bouncing around. At a minimum, Darren Stewart, I can't. While the execution is poor, the thought process, I can at least see, yes, I am significantly taller than Deron Wynn. I am going to throw very timid kicks to the body and jab and try to stay away from him so that he does not wrestle me. I could see the gears turning, right? Like there's a thought process there.
It's like
the execution is poor.
It's like blank slate on Eric Anders. He's like just out there being like, all right, like there is no process. It seems like it's just rote, and he just goes out there being like, I'm waiting. It looks to be like one trigger. It looks like he's waiting for one thing and be like, when that window comes, baby, you're gonna be sorry.
It's time to, and it's not even a window of, oh, that's my cue to throw the two.
Yeah.
It's just, this is my cue and I don't know what, like you said, I don't know what the cue is.
I don't know what
he's just looking for the cue that says do athlete shit.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't think it's gonna work out. So I'm taking the dentist minus 175 just for one unit though. Because God knows the dentist has a habit of fucking people over.
Yeah. Oh, especially. Yeah. I might have to jump on, but we'll see. I'm weary. I'll fire off 2 and then we'll go to the locks. So my next one, this one at first, I was looking at it, I'm like, oh, Misha Serkinov versus Ryan Spann. I'm like, you gotta go Misha Serkinov. He's just gonna like out grapple him. And then I'm just like, which is exactly why you don't take Misha Serkinov in this. I'm determined to figure out Misha Serkinov. It's just all over the board with being. I think Ryan Spann's just gonna fucking knock him out. Like Ryan's.
Yeah, I know, but that's exactly what you just said, dude. You can't. That's a dangerous. Whenever you start playing I'm gonna figure this person out. Speaking from a guy that's
you're going down a road of destruction.
I've tried to do that multiple times and it just doesn't work. But
everything points to Serkinov should like just be the better grappler and be able to like finish this on the ground like he did, because he just beat what's his name, Jimmy Crute, which like that one had him
basically getting obliterated written all over it.
Yeah, exactly. This one, the script is flipped, and it's like, oh no, Misha Serkinov's gonna go out there and supposed to just out grapple him, which is like, dude, you hammer Serkinov here. He's the favorite, which is exactly why you take Ryan Spann. Ryan Spann's just gonna go out there and do athletic shit. Do what Eric Anders gonna be sitting on the sideline being like, that's what I was trying to do the whole time.
Yeah, right.
But he successfully did it. And then Serkinov's just gonna get clipped, and it's gonna go down and be like, oh, he's probably gonna have Ryan Spann in some really bad grappling positions, but then there's gonna be a point where he gets back on the feet. And it always seems like if Serkinov lets you get away, there's a second chance he will let you finish it. It's like that first chance. If he gets you something quick, you're donezo. But if you get a second chance, that usually goes pretty well. So let's hope he's just able to stay athletic. Plus 115 there. Plus, I noticed in my picks, I'm taking way too many favorites, so I'm trying to switch it up more. We're taking dogs. And my next one, he's not the dog overall, but it's in the main event. I wanted to talk myself into taking Bilal Muhammad because I love Bilal Muhammad. I love the character. I remember the name. I've trained with him a little bit when I first started. He's friends with one of our close friends. Like he's cool dude and stepping up. And even just his fighting style, he just fights smart. He fights good. I was looking for every reason to, and then I'm just like, but Leon Edwards is pretty fucking good. And that sucks. It's been a couple years. Ring rust is a thing. And I think it just has like, this has statement loss written all over it, where it's like Joe Rogan or whoever's announcing being like, Bilal Muhammad has nothing to be ashamed about. He stepped up on 3 weeks notice to go against one of the other guys. And Dana White is going to eat his fucking words of him being like, Leon Edwards deserves a title shot. It's going to be a 5-round, boring-ass Kamaru Usman style, not in the sense of, like, same techniques, but in the same pace of, like, hey, I'm winning this fight. Like, not that I'm saying Bilal.
Come make me start losing it.
Exactly, because he's just, like, a better athlete, you know? And I think he's just, like, a better wrestler. Like, Muhammad's very good at wrestling, but he also hasn't had anyone that's really tried to wrestle him that much and as good as Leon Edwards is. So I think he's gonna have his moments, and I think it's gonna be like just a lackluster, like Leon Edwards being like, yeah, I felt, and he's gonna say like, yeah, it felt good to be out there. Definitely felt a little weird. I had to get back. I'm gonna be better next time, but I deserve the belt now. And everyone's gonna be like, okay, well, Dana said he's next in line. Like, do we really want to see this guy? And they're gonna try to sell us this shit. So I like him by decision plus 120.
Oh, by decision. No, I'm just gonna take Leon straight up. Lock of the week again. A very light week.
What
from
is
your
the
boy. We're just
line for?
minus 260.
Okay.
So it's steep.
Yeah.
That's again. I don't want to get too crazy. I got to protect this 0.3 unit cushion I'm sitting on right now. Really, I just think that this is gonna come down to the fact that I don't know, man. Like striking at distance, I could see them both being relatively equal. Pure athlete, I gotta probably go with Leon. Wrestling, I don't know how tired Bilal's gonna get in 5. I know we've seen Leon do 5. I want to say twice, maybe.
Who is he against?
Am I wrong?
RDA.
RDA, and I could be totally wrong on that one too.
Tyron? No, he never fought.
Yeah, RDA and Cowboy.
Cowboy.
So yeah, so we've seen him go 5 twice. Cowboy, I guess I'm not super impressed with because that. I mean, I don't know. He was just able to kind of do a little bit of wrestling. That fight was real slow anyway. But then the RDA, like RDA's got gas. He's got a gas tank. Now he's not great at fending off wrestling. That's another conversation for another day. But the point is, I think I don't know if I can rely on Bilal, even though I was going to give him maybe a slight wrestling advantage in terms of shot double, not in the clinch, but just shoot, get well-timed takedown, and just use cardio. I don't know if that's going to be a repeatable strategy for 25 minutes for him. And the big thing that I just kind of keep coming back to is like you touched on it a little bit, but Leon Edwards is 100% okay with this being the most boring fight of all time. Yeah. So it's quite literally he'll back if Bilal's thing is all right. I'm pressure. I'm gonna get him going backwards, and I'm just gonna try to get him up against the fence and start throwing punches, start getting into my takedowns. It's every single opportunity that there is every single time that there is an opportunity to clinch, Leon Edwards will clinch, and he will wait. He will wait his sweet time before he throws a single foot stomp. Like, he will sit there tied up 50-50 doing nothing until either the ref separates or he thinks there's no way that I can get struck back after I land this foot stomp. And then when he's good and ready to throw the elbows, that's the one thing. It's really the one glaring advantage I see in this fight, which is just him having better striking in the clinch. And I think his willingness to make this boring as fuck and not ever, I don't think there's going to be a single greater than 6 punch exchange, and 6 being the cumulative total. So Bilal throws 2, Leon throws 4. There will not be, we will not hit that many punches in a single exchange in this fight. It's going to be 1s and 2s because every single time the distance is closed, Leon's going to clinch up. This is going to be a fucking snooze fest. Like you said, probably it's going to take
the same energy as Kamaru Usman when like Usman gets you against the fence.
Yes,
like holds you.
That's
there.
the pace.
And
it's Usman Masvidal. Just expect
he's gonna
that.
Get to the clinch and he's gonna hold you there. And then, but the thing is, those elbows are fucking nasty, and like he's gonna end up. Maybe it's probably gonna be a decision, but if it's not a decision, it's gonna be a finish from like, oh, maybe Muhammad didn't fully block it and it catches him on the side of like the temple, and it's just like an ugly finish, like nasty. And then he's gonna be like, and people say I'm not an exciting fighter, and be like, well, it's not necessarily the most exciting way to get to a knockout there. It's not like you're just letting it rain. It's like you're gonna get there and you're gonna wait for a moment and you're trying to like land, which it could land, like
I think it'd be crazy if he put Bilal away anytime inside 4. Like it may be 5 if it just gets to the point where Bilal just is like, oh fuck, I've never gone this many rounds before.
And he's really tired in the clinch late where it just gets like the defense, there's gaps and he's able to like get in somewhere kind of nasty. But I think Bilal, like I trust his toughness here. I just if he gets finished,
Yeah.
not say he's not tough, but he is a tough motherfucker and he's hard to beat. So I think it is going to be a lot of like, I think Muhammad's gonna go out there and try to take it to him, but then like Edwards is gonna find a way to slow it down, whether it be with a takedown, whether it be with clinch, and then it's just be like, oh, okay, it was nice.
This will not be fun to watch.
No, probably not.
No.
Even if, like I said, even if it's a finish, it probably wasn't great until the finish.
Yeah. No, every part about this will be slow. And not because Bilal wants it to be slow.
No, because
it'll be slow 100% because Leon Edwards decides it's going to be a slow fight.
And then on to my lock of the week. I'm going Nasrat Haqparast inside the distance at plus 125. He's going against a guy that's making his UFC debut on a small card on the prelims. This has rebound written all over it. After losing to Drew Dober, I think, was it? Where he was the big favorite and then he got knocked out. Dana White ain't taking no risks. This guy literally UFC debut. He's had 11 pro fights. Like he's minus 380. And Haqparast is not the type of guy that goes out there and tries to win decisions. Like he's the type of go like this. He wants to go out there and flex on someone that's clearly not as good as him and do athletic shit. So I think inside the distance to take like a minus 380 to plus 125, I'm taking that all day. So 2 units, I'm taking that.
You got a lot of props on there again, man. You're getting cooked on these fucking prop bets.
I'm digging, man. I'm digging. But those are our bets for the week. We'll be out for St. Patty's Day, so we'll see what decks we'll get through. So hopefully the bars are showing it. But outside of a few highlights, I can't say there's too much to be excited about. But yeah, those are bets. You can always find us at Below the Belt MMA on Twitter. You can find me at BroLeave on Twitter and Nick _a guy and a gi. Until next week, peace out, y'all.